Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in again. Today what I want to show you is how to integrate your Google Home and your Samsung SmartThings. So I want to get those two systems working together, and I want to show you what you can and can't voice control with those two systems. So let's get going here. Okay, well let's go ahead, let's get the Google Home and our Samsung SmartThings connected up and working together here. Now you're going to need to already have your SmartThings Hub already set up here, and of course you're going to need your Google Home set up. Now if you don't have either of those, throughout the video here I'll be putting links in the top right of the video to go to those videos. I'll also place those links in the description below, so you'll be able to go to those initial setup videos if you still need to set up those two devices. For now, let's go right into the Google Home application here, and we're going to head right into the Home Control section in your menu. Now as that comes up, you're going to see the devices you already have set up here. I have a few Philips devices and some Wemo devices here set up already. And as you scroll down, you're going to run into something called Samsung Smart Home. Now that's a bit of a trick here actually. That's not what you're looking for. If you go into it, it'll seem like you're doing everything right. It'll seem like you've linked your accounts, but actually it won't work for Samsung SmartThings. So what you do have to find is the Samsung SmartThings, which is much further down the list. It's called SmartThings /Samsung Connect. So when you head in there, you'll need to sign in with your account that you use to set up your SmartThings Hub. And once you've done that, you're going to need to authorize Google to access your Samsung SmartThings basically. So you have to choose the hub. If you had multiple Samsung SmartThings hubs, this is where it would show up, and then you have to click authorize. Once you've done that, you've effectively connected these two devices. Now for me, I actually had to come in and out of the home control section before the whole list would come into my home control. So I had to go out, come back in through the menu, and then here all of my scenes and my routines have all shown up here. What you're also seeing is a second set of my Philips Hue lights and a second set of my Wemo lights that I already have set up in the Samsung SmartThings app. So now I have duplicates of everything. And so this isn't really a problem in terms of control. That's okay. You can ask it to still turn on the basement lamp or turn off the basement lamp. That's not a problem. It will just tell you you have two lamps, which you'll see in the demo a little later in the video here. Now, of course, with all of these scenes and routines, I'm just in a going to bed one. I can set nicknames, and I can add in which room they're in here if I want to. Now, what that does is that gives you the ability to control them with different names than you put in your Samsung SmartThings application. And then of course you can add in shortcuts later to make this even easier for you. So there's a few items that I will set rooms for here because they are actually in rooms, and that will give you future control to run everything in a room or to turn everything on or off in a single room. But for now, once we have all those devices imported and we have the two connected, let's head to our Samsung SmartThings app. I just want to show you how quickly things will show up in Google Home now. So I'm going to go ahead and add a new scene, and it's just going to be for my son. He likes the little bloom light that we have, and he likes to have that turned on when he goes to bed. So I'm going to call this scene Jack Bedtime. You can see in the device options you can actually add in brightness and color, so you can set this all up for his bedtime here. And I'm just going to hit done, and we've set up a new scene. Now once again, I had to just go back to the Google Home application and re-enter into the home control section. And once I did that, that new scene is there in my list. So it's already there, which means I can already use it with my Google Home. I'm going to add that to the bedroom room here, and we're basically ready to go here. So there's a couple of important distinctions here that I want to make for you. And this is really important for the integration. So back in the Samsung SmartThings app, you can actually go into your Smart Apps section within Automation. You can read a little bit about what the Google Assistant is capable of. So when you have routines that contain something like unlocking a door, or opening a garage door, or disarming your security system, you cannot actually run those routines with your Google Assistant. And they're showing down below, my goodbye, good night, and I'm back routines will not work. So I can't actually run those routines, and the Google Assistant just basically tells me it doesn't know what I'm trying to get it to do. Now, if you wanted to, you could eliminate some of your switches. So that would be a way to manage your list in the Google Home application. You can also enable certain routines and scenes if you want to. You can take certain ones out of your list within Google Home. So I think what's important there is that your Google Assistant will not arm or disarm your security system here. So what I'm doing is simply arming and disarming my security system when both my wife and I leave the home. And I think we'll maintain that as our method of control. We also have some automation now where certain routines will run at certain times of the night, and that'll actually trigger on our security system in the evening. So I think that's something I'm going to have to maintain here. And I think what Google is doing here is they're actually protecting the integrity of your security system. So I like the fact that they're not allowing you to arm and disarm your security system, because that's obviously an easy way for someone to gain access to your home. So for now, let's go ahead, let's do a demo. I'll show you some of the commands that you can use here. I think what's really good about this is that the syntax, or what you have to say to your Google Home, is really simple. You don't have to say a lot to it. You're just basically telling it to run. Hey Google, turn night lighting off.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Hey Google, run night lighting off.
Sure, activating the night lighting off.
Hey Google, run night lighting on.
Okay, activating the night lighting on.
Hey Google, turn off basement lamp.
Sure, turning off 2 lights.
Hey Google, turn on basement lamp.
You got it, turning on 2 lights.
Hey Google, change basement lamp to 60%.
Okay, setting the basement lamp brightness to 60%.
All right, well there you go. You know, I think it's going to be a little disappointing for people, the fact that they're not going to be able to arm and disarm their security system here through the Samsung SmartThings application and through Google Home here. But you know, ultimately, I think that's a security feature that Google has recognized is probably really important for all of us here. It's probably very important that people cannot arm and disarm your security system through just a simple voice command to your Google Home. So, you know, I think in the future here, they'll find a way to kind of manage that and make sure that it's someone in your home doing that, and therefore allowing those to go through. But for now, you're going to have to live with your Samsung SmartThings application on your iPhone or Android device to arm and disarm your security system. Or you can do it like I do it, where when I take my phone out of the house and my wife has taken her phone out of the house, the system actually arms. You know, you can use that method instead. So otherwise, I think the integration is great from Samsung SmartThings here. You can run all those routines, your scenes, all of those things. You can turn on and off devices if they're just configured inside Samsung SmartThings. And you know, I think that all in all, that's some great integration there. So I hope this video has helped you. If it has, of course, go ahead, click a subscribe. We're going to be doing tons with our Samsung SmartThings here, and we're going to continue to work with our Google Home and expand that device further and further and make it better and better in your smart home.